I'll often get a message from a mom saying something like, "My baby screams every time we feed. My baby has so much gas. I've been trying gripe water or gas drops and it's not working. Breastfeeding is painful. I want to quit." Don't lose hope just yet. You might find the answer in this video. For the past 5 years, I've been working in holistic postpartum care, and I have worked with a number of mothers to help create more calm and peace in their breastfeeding and postpartum journey. When we put certain things into practice, breastfeeding becomes easier, their gas pains lessen, and they sleep better. When they sleep better, you sleep better. So I'm breaking this up into 4 sections. What is lactose overload? Signs your baby has it. Why does it happen? And finally, what to do about it. What is lactose overload? Your milk has 2 primary categories. It's got hind milk and it has foremilk. You might have noticed when you start pumping, the milk begins really light and clear, almost like someone mixed water with milk. This is called foremilk. Sometimes it's light blue. Then as you continue pumping, it gets thicker and creamier and it's fuller milk. This is called hind milk. Our milk has both at all times. It's just that the proportion changes as you go along in the feed. At the beginning of a nursing session or pumping session, you have more foremilk. Foremilk is really high in lactose, which is a natural sugar, and we need it for energy. Your baby needs it for energy. But if we don't have the proper amount of fats to help digest this lactose, we end up having a lot of gas and gut discomfort. So what exactly is lactose overload? Well, essentially, it's when your baby gets too much lactose. Lactose overload is not the same as lactose intolerance. Lactose overload is about the quantity of the milk consumed and how it's digested. So is it happening to your baby? Here are some signs that your baby has lactose overload. Are they fussy during or after a feed? Do they have green poops or frothy poops? Is it explosive, watery? Are they gassy and in pain? Do they pull their knees up? Now, these are a few things that are not signs of lactose overload. Rashes, crying before a feed, projectile vomiting, yellow or green vomit, lethargy, or sunken fontanelles, which are the soft spots that our baby has. If you notice any of these signs, please talk to your doctor. This is not lactose overload. This is something else. What makes this happen? Well, with breastfeeding, it's often paired with an oversupply and a fast letdown or timed feeds. Lactose overload can also happen with formula and bottle feeding by overfeeding our babies. So what do we do? If you are breastfeeding and you have an oversupply, you can do block feeding, which is basically feeding your baby on one breast for 3 to 5 hours. And this will reduce the amount of milk that you're making, so please don't consider block feeding until you're closer to like 6 weeks or more postpartum. But if you have a fast letdown, which is separate from oversupply, sometimes they come together, you might notice your baby clamping and coughing and pulling back at the beginning of a feed. You can press firmly on the top of the breast to help slow down the flow. Alternatively, you can stimulate the first letdown with the hand massage for about 3 minutes or 3 minutes of pumping to help soften the breast and get that first letdown out, because that tends to be the heaviest one. That's almost like a fire hydrant going to the back of their throat. Allowing the baby to feed on one breast as if it's the meal and the other as a dessert. So timed feeds is a common suggestion, which is like the feed baby 10 minutes on this side, then 10 minutes on that side. But what this is going to do is give your baby gas, and it's going to decrease your milk supply. So treat one meal as the breast, and the other one is dessert, and then the next time you feed your baby, now that one is the meal, and then this one is dessert. With bottle feeding, you want to practice paced bottle feeding. So if baby is finishing a bottle in under 10 minutes, they're eating way too fast. They might be getting too much air. They might be getting overfed. Other ways of helping is burping, taking breaks, having small frequent meals versus big ones that happen every couple hours. Tummy massage, holding your baby upright after a feed. You can also mix milks pumped from different times in the day, because typically in the morning you're going to have the biggest yield because of a hormonal shift that happens when we're sleeping. So your first pumping session in the morning, you're typically going to get a whole lot more milk. You're also going to have more foremilk. So if you have longer gaps between feeds as well, you're going to have more formula milk. So you can mix the milks that you're pumping throughout the day. If this has been helpful to you in any way, shape, or form, will you just give it a subscribe and like this video? It helps this channel grow and it keeps more videos coming. If you want to learn a little bit more about gas pains and what exactly to do to ease your baby's discomfort, you can click on this video right here. Love ya! See ya, pizza.